So what does cross multiplying mean? Cross multiplying means anything, if it wants to cross to the other side of the equal sign, if it's on the bottom, it goes to the top. If it's on the denominator, it goes to the numerator. And if it's on the numerator, it goes on to the denominator when it crosses the equal sign. So let's start working with these questions to understand what I mean. So here, let's look at this. What do I want to isolate? Which variable I want to have by itself? It's the x. Where is the -2? The -2 is on the bottom. Now, if it want to cross to the other side of the equal sign, it goes to the top. All you need to do is just cross multiply the -2. It's on the bottom, it goes to the top. So it becomes x equals 7 times -2, which is -14. Now here, we have a sticky situation here where we have x on the bottom. So here x was on top. So to solve for it, all I need to do is move the -2 to the other side of the equal sign, cross multiply it. But here x is on the bottom. So here I have to do two things simultaneously. I have to cross the x, because if you want to solve for a variable, you always want it to be on top. You don't want it to be on the bottom, because if it's on the bottom, you'll end up with 1 over x. So to get rid of that, and you don't have to do extra steps, what we do here, we cross. So both the x have to cross and the 3 has to cross. They split simultaneously. The 3 crosses, the 3 is on top. Like it's on the other side of the equal sign, it's on top of 1. So if it crosses, it's going to go to the bottom of the other fraction, and the x is on the bottom on the left. If it's going to cross, it's going to go to the top. The top is exactly what the 3 is. So what this does here, you'll have 39. The 3 crosses to the other side, to the left, it goes to the bottom, and the x crosses to the right of the equal sign, and it goes to the top. So therefore, x equals 39 divided by 3 is 13. Now, how about when it's a little bit complicated like this? Same thing. I want to isolate the x. Remember, this is what I want it to be by itself. So it wants to stay on the left side by itself right there. This 5 is on the bottom. It goes, crosses the equal signs, goes to the top. The 2 crosses, goes to the bottom. And that could be done in one step. So you have 15 over 20. And therefore, this will end up being 5 goes into 15 3 times, 5 goes into 20 4 times. So you end up with x equals 3 over 4. Okay. Now, how about here? So here, again, just you want the x to be by itself, but the x here is on the bottom, so we don't want it to be on the bottom. Can I do all of this in one step? Yes, I can. You want the x to go there, and at the same time, you want the 3 to come where the x is, and you want the 8 to go there. So now watch this. This becomes 8 times 9 over 2, which stays there, and the 3 comes where the x is, so times 3 equals, and the x goes to where the 3 is. So all of this is done in one step. And now, if you want to like reduce from here, you could go 2 goes into itself once, goes into 8 4 times, and 3 goes into itself once, goes into 9 3 times, and 3 times 4 is 12. 12 over 1, or x equals 12. So here's 2 more questions that I'm going to do. Now, cross multiplying, you want to isolate for the x. Here is x plus 2. And this one here, you just want to cross the 4 only right now. So x plus 2 equals 36. 4 times 9 is 36 over 6. Now x plus 2 equals 6. Move the 2 to the other side. Becomes x equals 6 minus 2, which equals 4. So very quick. Now here, the x is on the bottom. So remember, I said these have to exchange places, and the 2 goes right there. So now that will give me 30. And the 3 will come where the x minus 1 is, and the x minus 1 will go where the 3 is. So when you cross multiply, you cannot say, I'm going to cross multiply the -1 by itself. No, you can't. If you have to cross multiply the whole thing in here. So now this gives me 10 equals x minus 1. Move the -1 to the other side. It gives you x equals 11. And this is it for cross multiplying.